Okay, so you want to own a BTS. From the outside, it looks like one of the safest businesses on the planet. Millions of fans, sold-out stadium tours, albums that dominate global charts, brand deals worth millions, merchandise selling out within minutes. On paper, it looks like a money-printing machine. You might assume that once a group reaches BTS's level, every concert, every song, and every product simply turns into effortless profit. But that's not how this business works. In reality, the biggest challenge isn't creating revenue. It's controlling the enormous machine required to generate it. Behind every world tour is an army of managers, choreographers, producers, stylists, security teams, logistics experts, marketing departments, and legal professionals. Every comeback requires months of planning and millions of dollars before a single ticket is sold. One delay can disrupt an entire global schedule. One injury can postpone a tour worth hundreds of millions. One public controversy can erase years of carefully built brand value almost overnight. Now, here's where the mental model completely breaks down. You're not investing in a music group. You're operating a global entertainment company disguised as a band. The songs are only one product. The concerts are another. Merchandise, licensing, advertising partnerships, streaming royalties, publishing rights, and intellectual property all become separate businesses under the same brand. And once you understand that, you realize the real economics of owning BTS have almost nothing to do with music itself. Now, before you can understand how a group like BTS generates so much money, you need to understand that not every K-pop act operates on the same economic level. Think of the industry as 4 different financial tiers. At the bottom are rookie groups. Launching one can cost anywhere from $500,000 to $2 million once you account for trainee expenses, music production, choreography, videos, marketing, and promotions. Most never recover that investment. The second tier consists of established mid-level groups. These artists can consistently sell albums, fill theaters, and attract sponsorships, generating annual revenue measured in the tens of millions. They are profitable businesses, but their success still depends heavily on regular comebacks and touring. The third tier includes top national acts with strong international audiences. These groups can headline arenas, secure premium endorsement contracts, and build valuable intellectual property. Annual revenue can easily exceed $100 million during active promotional years. Then there's the final tier. Global entertainment franchises. This is where BTS operates. At this level, the business extends far beyond music. Revenue comes from concerts, physical albums, digital streaming, merchandise, licensing, advertising campaigns, exclusive memberships, publishing rights, and countless commercial partnerships spread across multiple continents. Very few entertainment brands ever reach this category, because once a group becomes a worldwide cultural phenomenon, you're no longer managing musicians. You're managing a multinational intellectual property business whose products just happen to include music. So, what does it actually cost to build a business capable of producing a group like BTS? The answer starts long before the first song is released. Entertainment companies spend years recruiting trainees, paying for vocal coaching, dance instruction, language classes, fitness programs, housing, food, transportation, and full-time staff. Training alone can cost tens of thousands of dollars per trainee every year, with no guarantee that any of them will ever debut. By the time a successful group reaches the public, the company may have already invested several million dollars. But that's only the beginning. Every comeback demands another wave of spending. Music production, world-class producers, recording studios, choreography, music videos, wardrobe, makeup artists, photographers, marketing campaigns, public relations, and international promotions all require enormous budgets before the first dollar of revenue arrives. Then come the hidden operating costs that most people never see. Global tours require charter flights, freight shipments, stage construction, lighting systems, sound equipment, venue rentals, insurance, security personnel, visas, local crews, and hundreds of temporary workers in every city. Add legal teams negotiating contracts, accountants handling international taxes, technology platforms supporting fan memberships, and intellectual property protection across multiple countries, and expenses climb even higher. The biggest misconception is believing success makes costs disappear. In reality, the larger the brand becomes, the more expensive it is to protect, operate, and grow. At BTS's scale, staying on top often costs almost as much as getting there. Now, here's where most people completely misunderstand the BTS business model. They assume the biggest profits come from streaming music. In reality, streaming is often one of the smallest pieces of the financial puzzle. The real money comes from turning one loyal fan into a customer across multiple revenue streams. Think of it like a restaurant. Selling a single cup of coffee keeps the lights on. Selling breakfast, lunch, desserts, drinks, and merchandise to the same customer is what makes the restaurant truly profitable. BTS follows the same principle. A fan might first discover the group through a streaming platform that generates only a small amount of royalty income. Then they purchase a physical album, subscribe to an exclusive fan membership, buy official merchandise, attend a concert, purchase premium live stream tickets, and support brand collaborations featuring the members. Instead of earning from one transaction, the company earns from an entire customer lifetime. Now multiply that by millions of dedicated fans around the world. That's when the economics become extraordinary. This strategy also makes revenue more resilient. If album sales slow down, merchandise can compensate. If touring pauses, licensing, advertising partnerships, digital content, publishing rights, and membership subscriptions continue generating cash. The songs attract attention. The brand creates trust. But the real profit engine is the ecosystem surrounding the music, where every successful product increases demand for every other product. That's how a global entertainment brand transforms popularity into a diversified long-term business. So, if the economics can be this attractive, why do so many entertainment companies fail? Because success in this industry is brutally concentrated. Most companies spend years investing in trainees, music production, and marketing without ever creating a profitable group. Revenue is uncertain, but expenses continue every single month. If one major debut underperforms, the company can be left servicing debt with little cash flow to support it. Now add another layer of risk. Entertainment businesses often depend on a handful of artists. When those artists leave, enter military service, face legal disputes, or simply lose popularity, revenue can decline much faster than operating costs. Fixed expenses remain, even when ticket sales and album purchases slow down. A well-known example is the collapse of TS Entertainment. Despite managing successful artists, the company became entangled in lawsuits, contract disputes, financial pressure, and management problems. Eventually, years of instability led to bankruptcy, showing that popularity alone cannot overcome weak financial discipline. Another example is Medialine Entertainment, which also entered bankruptcy proceedings after struggling with debt and declining business performance. The company simply could not generate enough sustainable cash flow to support its obligations. The lesson is surprisingly simple. Entertainment is a high-risk investment business disguised as a music business. One successful group can create enormous wealth, but one failed launch or poor financial decision can erase years of investment almost overnight. So, after everything we've covered, is owning a business like BTS actually a good investment? The answer is yes, but probably not for the reasons most people think. A global entertainment brand with multiple revenue streams can generate exceptional returns because it isn't dependent on a single product. Music introduces the audience, but concerts, merchandise, licensing, memberships, endorsements, publishing rights, and intellectual property transform that audience into long-term cash flow. For the rare company that creates a worldwide phenomenon, operating margins can become remarkably attractive. During peak years, successful entertainment businesses may achieve operating margins well above 20%. For most companies, however, realistic long-term margins are far lower once training costs, marketing, production, administration, and unsuccessful projects are included. The biggest winners finance many future failures. That's why investors shouldn't focus only on album sales or streaming numbers. They should ask whether the company owns intellectual property that can continue earning money across different platforms, products, and markets for years. Because that's where lasting value is created. In the end, BTS is more than a music group. It's a global intellectual property business, with fans serving as a recurring customer base, and the brand acting as the core economic asset. The songs capture attention, the business captures value. And that's the difference between creating a hit and building an empire that keeps generating wealth long after the music starts playing.